So, there was this king who was walking back to his palace, and he sees a homeless man. And the homeless man asks the king, "Do you have food?" The king says, "Yes. Come on in the palace. I'll feed you." So, the poor man goes back to the palace with the king, and the king fixes him something to eat. Poor man eats it real quickly, real fast, eats it all up. And the king says, "Do you want any more?" Poor man said, "No, no, I'm full. Thank you though. I appreciate it." So the king comes back with more food. The poor man again eats it up. Eats it up. Eats it up real fast. The king looks at him. He said, "Do you want any more?" And the poor man says, "No, I'm full. I'm full." So the king brings him some cake. And the poor man eats it up real fast. Eats it up real fast. And the king looks at him. He said, "Why every time I ask you if you want some more, you say you full? However, you keep eating." So the poor man looks at the king and says, "Do you have a bucket?" And the king says, "Yes." So they go out to the front yard, and the poor man fills the bucket up with a bunch of rocks. And when he fills it up with a bunch of rocks, he asks the king, he says, "Is the bucket full yet?" The king says, "Yes." So the poor man, he grabs a cup of sand. He grabs a cup of sand and he pours it in the bucket. He pours it all in the bucket until it fills up. And the poor man said, "Is the bucket full yet?" And the king says, "Yes." So the poor man grabs some water and pours it in the bucket. Pours it in the bucket. And he says, "Is it full yet?" He says, "Yes." He said, the poor man says, "Why every time I ask you if the bucket full, you say yes, but I'm able to add more?" He said, "That's the same way when you ask me, am I full? There's always room inside for more." Now, the moral of this story is there's always room for more. There's always room for more learning. See, say if a doctor gets his bachelor's degree, gets his master's degree, and then gets his doctorate. He is an expert in his field. But if he goes to another field, say like technology or somewhere else or finances, he has to become a student again. So understanding that is understanding that we always can learn more. We always can have more poured into us. So we got to understand how to empty out our cup so we can receive more. A lot of times what happens is people start getting at a certain age or they get to a certain level and think they can't learn anymore. They believe that they know everything, but that is not to be true. Because you can always be poured into. You can always gain more value. You can always learn more skills. We have to stop thinking that because a person is a certain age, and that's the funny thing. A lot of times we believe that we can't learn from a younger person, but those are the people who we can learn from the most. Because once you get to a certain age, you might not able to learn what other people are teaching you at that age to a certain extent, but this younger generation can teach you so much. Think about technology and the way technology is advancing every day. It is the younger kids who's able to teach us so much more with the technology. So we have to be open to learning. We have to be open to feeling like that our cup is not full, that we can receive more, that we have more to get. And we also have something to give. It's a great thing to learn every day and to gain knowledge. Never get to the point where you feel like you're not getting no more knowledge, or you feel like you can't learn no more, or you think that you know everything. Because at that point, a man who thinks he know everything is a man who's dead. If you can't teach him no more, he's dead. Because he done reached his plateau of learning. So I say to you today, be open to the opportunity to learn more, to get more value, to read. Because it's a beautiful thing. And once you understand that, you understand that you're going to keep growing. And as you keep growing, and as your knowledge keep growing, you become more powerful. And you'll be able to control the things that you want in life because you have the knowledge to do so. And it won't be off of a belief system, but more it'll be off of the fact of you knowing, so you're able to move in the direction that you need to go in. And I'm going to sign off with that. Cash. Constantly achieving successful habits every day. You heard? You already know. Can't spell Donnell without the O-N-E. Always will be, always have been the chosen one. Peace, God.